all the sources where it drew its conclusions, whether those conclusions were internal or external from the web, or maybe even a third-party system like Salesforce or SAP that you've decided to connect into Copilot, will all be referenced right here. And that's one of the reasons also that I really love working with Copilot Studio and Agent Builder and all those different areas, is because it's really good in ensuring all of your citations are met appropriately and you always know where it's pulling its conclusions. And as I mentioned before, continue the conversation. Don't just stop after one or two outputs. Keep asking questions, ask follow-up questions. Treat it like you're in a meeting with a team member and you want to know more about the topic. It remembers everything you've discussed just as if a human would remember those things. And that's how you should really be using these prompts. So what is a prompt? Prompts are how you have conversations with Copilot. They can be plain text, they can include attachments, they can be instructions, they can really be whatever you want. It's what you desire to have happen when using Copilot. And what does a good prompt look like? A good prompt includes 4 key ingredients, and this is where I try and break that keyword search habit. When writing a prompt, you want to include context. Context is, why do you need it and who is involved? So imagine you're asking somebody, like an actual human worker, to generate a marketing report for you, right? You're not just going to say, hey, go give me a marketing report. Well, that's going to be pretty vague. You want to include context. Why do you need the report? Who's involved? What is the goal? What responses do you want? So, hey, Copilot, I need a marketing report for last quarter. It involves Randy, myself, and these folks from this vendor that we've been working with. I want you to include tables, charts, visuals, and projections for the next 3 months and how we can better optimize this campaign. That's your goal, right? Then your source, which information or samples should Copilot use? Tell it, hey, reference these files that we had in the past, reference that Teams meeting that we just had last week, or use this specific website that we really like to use for templates. Provide it source and information. And then expectations. How should Copilot respond to best meet those expectations? Do you want it to use its own best judgment and just generate you a report? Do you like to use visualizations? Do you want it to give you tables and charts or bulleted lists? Tell it how you want it to respond, and I guarantee you it absolutely will.
The other piece, David, that I want to throw into this, I'm sorry, regarding an effective prompt, something that I do that has basically allowed for me to really used AI as a force multiplier is assigning it a role. If you don't have the agent created, for example, where you've grounded it and told it what it is, but if you're starting with just a plain prompt, if you give it the role that it's supposed to be, hey, you're a marketing director for an IT consulting company, for example, or you're a sales manager for a car dealership, you give it the role, that the expectation, so it understands what that specific role is. And then you throw on top of everything that David has mentioned here, you're going to get some really powerful, refined results coming back, than opposed to just saying, hey, like David said, give me a marketing report. You're not going to get, you're going to be disappointed.
Right, exactly. So let's take a look at an example prompt with all the key ingredients that are highlighted here in different colors. So as before, we have our context, which is I work in marketing and focus on competitor research. Then the goal, give me a concise summary of recent news about insert company name here, or even multiple companies if you want.